and welcome back to Kester's Forest. Now, you may recall a few videos ago I did an unboxing of a package I got from Japan, and inside was this Virtual Boy. Now, growing up in the UK, we didn't get the Virtual Boy, it didn't come out here. It came out in North America, came out in Japan, but unfortunately in Europe we didn't see it. Now, the Virtual Boy is known to be one of Nintendo's biggest failures, and almost because of this, it's actually become quite a collectible item. I think really the history and mystique around it, more than anything else, and its unusual design make it something that people really want to have in their collection, even if it isn't actually something they will play very often. It was designed by the same guy that did the Game Boy itself, and I think was almost meant to be a bit of a sequel to that. It was a targeted consumer level virtual reality machine that you couldn't really carry around with you. It's not very portable, even though it's kind of advertised almost as being portable. It has to sit on the stand there. There's no straps to attach it to your head, and you basically have to sit in position. And you know, it can give you neck ache the way you have to crouch down and stare into the screen. And it's also quite famous for being only available in red and black. The colours on the screen themselves are red and black, which can give you something of a headache. I think the combination of the flicker on the screen, the redness, the sort of slightly strange focus on it, all really come together to give you something that you can't really play for anything more than about 10 minutes. Having said that, you know, it is kind of fun. The sound's really interesting. It sort of comes out around you. There's no headphones as such. You can wear headphones, but the speakers are there, and they sort of fill the surround around you. And you do really get a good sense of 3D from it as well. It's proper 3D. So, you know, you've got independent vision in your left and right eye, and it does give you a sense of depth. And quite a few of the games take advantage of this, as we'll sort of see. But when I first got this and turned it on, the right eye was a little bit scrambled and then cleared up, and it was fine. And I was actually able to play it quite well for quite a while. It then sat in its box for a few weeks, you know, before I got to make this video. And then when I got it back out again to make the video, I discovered that the right eye had failed completely. So this video is going to be a little bit of an unboxing of the machine itself, a little tour of some of the games I managed to pick up, but also just take you through the repair process. It's quite a simple process, so if none of you have done this before, I'll take you through that as well. Let's take a look. So let's take a look at the box itself first. This one from Japan, I think this is pretty standard. I don't think they had any limited editions or any other particular versions of this. They might have had a few sort of bundles available with stickers on the front, but this is the regular box with the Japanese text at the bottom there, and display pack shots on the side and on the back there, all in Japanese. Just a little bit about the system itself and how it all fits together. Looks really nice. It's in pretty good nick. And then inside here we've got the controller. This is actually a really nice controller to handle. It's sort of symmetrical. I guess the idea is there are some games that sort of have the VR, you know, controls on it. Like it's got triggers at the back, and this, this right at the back here is where you can put the power, and the controller is actually used to power the headset. And you can either use a regular power supply like this one, which is the Japanese one. I've actually bought myself a European one, or actually a UK adapter for the same voltage, so I don't have to use a step down. But you can actually also get yourself a battery pack and put it on that way, so that's where the sort of portable aspect comes from, but it's not portable. I think you can see that. This is a stand that you use for holding it up, because you cannot strap this headset to your head. But it's fairly straightforward. Little stand there. I'll put that to one side for a second and show you what the headset looks like. So here's a headset. You've got sort of focus controls at the top, and the headset is the game unit. The cartridges go in the front there, and then flipping it around, you've got a sort of controller port which also powers it. There's a link cable port there, headphone socket, and volume control, and that is your lot. So looking at the unit itself then, it's fairly heavy, so we're going to have to bring the stand out, and yeah, just attach the stand. Off we go. Pull, there's a little sort of trigger at the front there which clamps on, and away we go. Simple as that, all ready for use. So let's take a look at what the problem is then. This is the left eye, and if I just refocus there, you can see the right eye, nothing. There's a sort of very faint red sort of digital mess there, and then back to the left eye looking normal. So what we're going to do then is take the cartridge out and just going to open it up and show you exactly where the fault is and how to fix it. So these are the two ribbon cables that we need to take a look at. Carefully remove those. Very fragile, so just be careful. And then this is the thing that emits the red LED lights and essentially the picture that bounces off the mirrors into your eyes. And here is where the problem is. So these ribbon cables, although they connect with metal contacts, are actually simply glued to the PCB. So what I'm doing here is just gently heating the contact point with a hairdryer with minimal blow but real heat there, just gently backwards and forwards to get it hot, and that's melting the glue. And then we're just applying pressure with the spudger here to get that glue to stick back down as it dries. And here we go, moment of truth. Yes, there we are. Both eyes, I don't know if you can see that, but now both eyes functioning completely normally. Let's get playing. First up we got Mario Tennis, and pretty standard tennis game, but a lot of fun and completely in 3D there, so you really have to use depth to judge the distance on the ball. And there's my daughter enjoying herself. And next, Vertical Force, which is a vertical scrolling shooter set in space, and the gimmick here is that you travel between two different planes of depth, really again just like tennis, playing on the 3D depth that we have here. So you sort of, as you can see, go up and down and shoot the aliens depending on what height they're at. Again, daughter there having a lot of fun. It's an okay game, nothing special, but you know, a good example of what the Virtual Boy can do. And then Mario Clash, which is a real throwback to the original Mario Brothers game. And again, this time the gimmick being that you travel on two different planes. So you do need, again, to have the 3D active to really get the sense of depth here. But as you can see, that there's sort of two levels there, and one of them is much further away in the distance than the other. But the principle remains the same. You have to clear the screen, pick up the Koopas in this instance, and throw them and knock them out. It's pretty good fun actually. It's quite addictive, this one. And then last today we got Galactic Pinball, which is an okay game, but this is probably my least favourite of the bunch I've got now. It's got a few tables, they're not particularly inspired. You don't really need the 3D to play this game. You can pretty much play it as is, as you can see where the puck, it's a puck not a ball here, is. But it's okay, it's not bad. I think this was about £5, so I don't really mind buying it. It's nice to have it in the collection, and you know, it's just something else to play when you're done with the others. So there you are, a brief tour of my Virtual Boy. Look at the repair process there. I'm sure you'll agree that was actually pretty simple, not much to it, and it worked really well. A little look at what's inside the box that you would normally get, and some of the games, which, you know, you can't play them for long. You can't. It does give a little bit of a headache. I'm sure you could see from the screen capture footage there that I tried to get on the camera, which was quite tricky to do, that it is very flickery. I mean, it's not as flickery as that when you're actually playing it, but nevertheless, there is something there that does sort of, after about, you know, 15-20 minutes, you're done, I think. But it, you know, it is a novelty item. I brought it for the history. It looks really interesting in the collection, and you know, I don't regret buying this one bit. It's a lot of fun, and there are some more games for me to get. You know, possibly some of those are going to be quite expensive, so we'll see. But all in all, I'm really happy with this, and you know, it's in really, really good condition. I'm going to be able to keep this going, I think. So, what do you think? Let me know down in the comments. Would you buy a Virtual Boy? Is this something you would actually get, or is it just something you kind of want to, you know, watch other people play and just know a little bit about? Well, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time on Kestis Forest.